Happy 250th birthday, my country, 'tis of the United States of America. Well, we are not united in 2026 because we do indeed have a dictator of the kind that our Constitution of this democratic republic was supposed to prevent. So the morning of July 5th, I talked to a colonial ghost who taught me something new and very disturbing about the history of the United States. I dreamt that I was on the second floor of an empty colonial house. I said to myself, I want to meet a ghost. And suddenly I noticed that sitting on the floor with a child was a man. The two of them were playing some kind of game. The man looked up at me and I said, "Hi, this is the house of my ancestors. I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm hoping to see a ghost." He looked at me rather disturbed. I said, "Don't worry, ghosts are perfectly ordinary people. You're just connecting across time based on some common interest." So at that he suggested, well, I like teas from the East India Company. In his hands I saw a box of tea that looked to me like Celestial Seasonings brand raspberry tea. So I said to him, "Hey, that's a good idea. Tea would really connect people across the centuries, wouldn't it?" He nodded, and I went over to the right side of the room that was in shadows. I called out, "Are there any ghosts here who like tea?" Nobody appeared, so I thought I had failed. I said goodbye to that man and his son, and I went downstairs, outside of the house, where I found on the ground a kind of lead bookend paperweight with a green man face on it. Do you know what a green man is? Earth is not just a mother, Earth is a father as well. The green man is the masculine action that protects life. And then I woke up. Oh, those were the ghosts. Then I researched, and what I found was most disturbing. The East India Company, that's the one that brought the teas into Boston Harbor. Remember the Boston Tea Party? Colonists protested the rising taxes by throwing hundreds of crates of tea overboard in Boston Harbor. The colonists further rebelled, and by the next year we had the American Revolution beginning. The flag of the East India Company, founded in 1600, was the same first flag of the colonies, with 13 red and white stripes. We got a blue field with white stars, and we kept the 13 stripes of the East India Company, which was a horrible company. It single-handedly destroyed the Indian subcontinent. It reduced it to poverty. It used torture to extract taxes, and it contributed to the Great Famine of 1770, in which 10 million Indians died. Those red and white stripes flew on the flag of two places in the world where Indians were being tortured and killed. Because as you remember, the Indians in America were called Indians because they were trying to find a route to India. My ghost friend said that he truly liked East India Company teas, but he gave it up and adopted herbal teas. Raspberry was his favorite. It was a favorite of the colonists. The moral of this story is to look for your principles. There are atrocities being committed behind the countries and economies that we rely on every day. That's why the Epstein files have revealed so much evil and corruption. Realize that you are practicing your ability to choose in the multiverse by choosing the lifestyle that truly cares about the earth, life, and humanity.